What's good, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. The moment I stepped out of Maponya Mall, my Wi-Fi signal dropped. I called an Uber just before losing connection, but I had no way to see where it was, no way to contact the driver, and no clue what street I was supposed to meet him on. Then I saw her, a random woman, beautiful, soft-spoken, and a smile I'll never forget. I asked if she knew the street's location, but she didn't. But instead of brushing me off, she put her own plans on pause to help me out. She asked the local man, and when he pointed us in the right direction, she walked with me across the parking lot and stood with me on a busy corner. She tried calling my Uber driver multiple times to tell him where I was. And when that didn't work, she used her own boat app to book me a ride. She even told the driver where to find me, under a tree across the street. I'll admit that part of me was nervous. I couldn't understand a word of the Zulu she was speaking to the person on the phone. And I've heard the stories of women who set men up to get robbed in South Africa. Was it really a boat driver she was speaking to? But something about this woman felt pure. She felt genuine. So I chose to trust that energy. And I'm glad I did, because as I rolled out of Soweto and the sun started setting, I saw what I could have been left in. The conditions looked bad. That night, she may have saved my life, and I'll never forget her act of kindness.
My phone, my battery is getting low. You see what they said? And I didn't bring my power bank.
What kind of phone is it?
No, it's not an iPhone. It's Samsung.
Let me see what type of port it requires. Okay, I got you.
Mana, come on, how was I? So we can have another like a tea. Yeah, now. So,
coming from hospital,
Yeah.
and they were booked there the whole night, or they were there for the whole night, and then now they need money to go home because of they don't have money for transport and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then you'll find the very same person again, forgot that he spoke to you yesterday
And say the same thing.
and saying the same thing, you know. So it just become now people's habit to just try and take advantage of kindness from people.
Yeah.
So now people have reached a point of, you know what, we're tired now of helping.
Yeah, they just don't want to help at all.
Yeah, you don't know if someone is saying the truth or not. You see, you just follow your gut.
Yeah.
If you're just helping that person. Right.
And you know what, brother? To be honest with you, you know,
Traffic, sorry.
Oh,
There's a lot of traffic.
Oh, really?
there, yeah.
Okay. Oh, you can go backwards in this street like this?
We are. So just a little just outside. Hello? Yes, madam.
okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Is that her checking on me?
Yeah, she's just
Yeah,
checking.
she's such a sweetheart. And you say you say trust my gut. You know, man, I've gotten pretty far in life trusting my gut.
Yeah.
And I like to think that I can read people pretty well.
Yeah.
So even though you say that a lot of people are out here really just scamming
Yeah.
and telling lies and stories,
Yeah.
I've met a lot of people out here since I've been in Johannesburg
Nice.
who has helped me out
Yeah.
and guided me in the right direction when I needed the help.
Yeah, it's only, as I said, sometimes it goes on with luck, and as I said, it goes on with time, where you are by that time.
Yeah.
You know, so.
I mean, you did a whole U-turn. All right. Yeah, no, I can avoid the traffic too.
Yeah. So that's the whole thing, you know. That's the whole thing, my brother. But yeah.
Yeah, and then another thing is, I got my family back home tracking my every move out here.
Yeah.
So if anything happens, I mean, at least they'll know where I'm at.
Yes.
So there's measures in place to send out the help call if necessary.
Sure.
But for the most part, man, like I don't want to be scared to experience
True.
South Africa because of what people say. Oh, don't go there; it's too dangerous. Like if you look for trouble, you'll find trouble. But generally, if you're a good person, you're doing good things. Good energy is going to come back your way. That's how I choose to go about, how I move around.
Not true, but also, I guess it's also you mustn't push that luck also over, because now here my fear is these guys, even if you maybe I'm not sure how the guys operate that side. Here they're very like they're heartless, if they can take whatever they want to take and then still beat you and still kill you, even if you haven't done anything to them. You've surrendered, and then you've said take whatever that you want, and then they still kill you. So I guess that's my fear, because that's what I've experienced in town last week. Yeah.
Have you? So you experienced it yourself? Like they attacked you?
I have been trying to. They've tried to rob me.
Okay.
It was midnight, but like it was just 4 boys. So I did manage to handle them because I've got a gun.
Oh, you got a gun. Got it.
So I did read their situation quick.
Got it.
Because especially where we're going to be passing in all those are one of the dangerous areas.
Okay.
So it's just that they tricked me that night, because I'm very aware of their tricks.
Yeah.
But this time they came with a different strategy.
Okay.
So that's why I end up falling for that. But I never surrendered, because if I surrendered, they could have done more later, So there's areas that would say to you, please avoid going to. But yes, Maponya Mall is still the safest area because there's a lot of people around and stuff, and then other side. So it's always wise to at least have someone that when you come like places like this one in Lokshin, at least have someone that's gonna walk you.
Okay.
To these areas, because you don't want to find yourself in wrong areas at the end.
Of course.
But it is a beautiful country with a lot of things to do, especially in Soweto. You won't get bored. That's one thing I can tell you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, you won't get bored. Like, there's a lot of things to do, bungee jumping there, and a lot of clubs to go and party, and you can find people to chill with. They wouldn't have any problem, they'll just accommodate you even if they don't, especially the gents. With the gents, it's easy for them to just adapt to you. We may stay with you for 5 hours not knowing your name. We're just gonna be like, hey, my brother, hey, how's it to fit you,
You know what? I noticed that since I've been here. Like the men are what I mean. It's super fucking like different to me, because in America, like it's like competition between the men.
Yeah.
So I noticed the men here is very welcoming.
Very.
Willing to have a conversation. Like you said, wouldn't even know your name, but you're talking for an hour.
Yes, you can talk about a lot of things for hours, and you'll be like, you've known each other, but no. It's just the relationship. That's how we are as gents, I go out at night. Most of the time, most of my friends are married. So I would go out at night, but I won't find myself bored because of, as I say, I'll just plug in myself with the gents, and then whatever that they talk about, I engaged. Yeah. And then it becomes a beautiful night or day, So that's the lovely part of our country.
So you're born and raised in South Africa?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Soweto?
Born and raised Soweto, yeah.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, so we're very welcoming in terms of a nation. As a nation, we're a very welcoming nation.
Mm-hmm.
And we always find visitors. We find joy when we receive visitors, because we get to interact with them.
Yeah.
Regarding where they're coming from and everything,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how does the overall population look at the muggers and the robbers? Like, is everyone in fear around here because they can be mugged or robbed, or do the muggers and robbers target specific tourists only, or are women and children off limits? Like, are there any?
No, there's no limits.
Is there any code? Like, you say they're heartless, like literally they're robbing and everybody?
It depends where you are in town.
Mm-hmm.
You can be robbed while there's a crowd and they're watching because of they're scared.
They're scared to do anything, right.
But here, you can't be robbed and then they just not help you because it's a Kasi culture.
Yeah.
For us, you cannot rob someone while we're watching you. It's disrespectful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it means if you can rob him, you're gonna rob us.
Right, you're gonna rob me next time.
And then we're gonna open a loophole for them to make, so we try and cut as quick as we can. We try and cut those guys away.
Yeah.
So hence why you see in the hood, you can walk any time of the day. Yeah. Because of that's the culture. But hence I'm saying in Joburg CBD, because of it's different people, different cultures, different nations. No one knows who's who in the area. So now, and also because of these guys, when they attack you, they're in groups. You can be attacked by 3 guys, but only to find out it's 10 of them.
Right.
So when you try and find these 3 guys, and then they'll come all of them from nowhere.
Right.
So hence why people now have back off. So it becomes a blessing if they don't kill you or they just take your money and leave you just like that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So would you say that the people who live in Soweto,
in townships,
would you say that a large population of them are immigrants, or most of them are born and raised in Soweto?
It's now 50-50.
Oh wow, that much?
Yeah, now we've got lots of people that are immigrants.
So coming into Soweto, I've seen some of the slums.
Mm-hmm.
And someone told me that that's where a lot of the illegal immigrants.
Yeah, it's legal Pakistans, Somalians, and Africans that are here
illegally. Okay.
Yeah, so most of the puzzle shop now have been taken by these guys. Some are here legally, but not all of them. Out of 100%, it's 30% legal, 70% not legal. So this is the area. So now this is Greenville, Soweto side.
Yeah.
So this is Eldorado, still falls under Soweto. It's a colored area.
A colored area, okay.
This is a colored area.
So is it colored only because that's who stays there?
It's dominated by color.
Okay, so it doesn't mean that someone who's not colored can go in there, right?
No, there are people that are not
okay,
colored,
got it.
They still stay here.
It's just majority population is colored, okay.
Yeah, so because of back in the days, during apartheid times, they were separating people according to
their race.
Group, race, So you find Zulus in other side, and then Sutus in other side, and then colors other side. So most of areas where it's colored areas, it's Freedom Park, Eldorado Park. Most of the areas they end with the park.
They end with a park.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you know that it's colored areas.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is El Dorado Park then. So there is a good side of it, but also there is a dangerous side of it, you know.
Yeah. That's like anywhere in the world, right? You know, you always have your good
Mostly
and your bad.
it's gangsterism with the colored nation, this especially El Dorado, Westbury, El Dorado, it's mostly gangsterism. You know,
really?
They still live in the gangsterism ways, you know. We believe that they were influenced by the likes of your Tupac, your East and your West side.
Yeah.
That's where it all started. So they were influenced by those times, the West and the East. You know, so
they don't have Bloods and Crips out here, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't have. They just have gangs. It's not like Bloods and Crips, right? They're not that influenced, right?
Yeah, it's no, they don't.
So you're saying that the gangs of what the United States influence?
That's how it started, especially in the flats. In the flats, they mostly influenced by the hip hop culture.
Got it.
You know, and then it went to spread. You know, when they would run away, then they would start popping in their own gangsterism wherever where they run away to, especially as I said, in those colored areas. So then that's where the gangsterism then would start. So you'll find that if they fight here, if they kill one of their gangsters, then the fight will continue in other places.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the population here, Soweto's got the biggest population. And then Alexander, also it's a big township.
Okay.
So the big townships are Soweto, Alexander, Tembisa, here in Joburg.
And Joburg, okay.
Yeah. And then in Cape Town, I think it's Khayelitsha. It's one of the big townships. But the most township with the most population is Soweto. So Soweto is where most of politicians come from, musicians come from. So most of the things they start here.
Okay.
Fashion styles.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's
All
very
begins here.
so a lot of arts and culture that influences other parts of South Africa come from Soweto.
Come from Soweto.
Got it.
So on its own, this township, if people want to, they can run their own economy without even going outside Soweto.
Yeah.
That's how big it is.
That's how big it is, right?
Hence why now you see most of these guys want to come here because there's a lot of business here. Hence why you see a lot of malls being open.
Yeah.
A lot of spaza shop, because you'll find there's 3 spaza shops around same castle, but they're all getting customers, you know.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You'll find people, ladies selling fruits and veggies, same street, but they all make money.
They're all making money,
Yeah,
right? Because the population is so large.
The population is large, yeah, and there's a lot of movement here. Yeah, so hence what I'm saying, this is like the heartbeat of South Africa.
That's a nice way to put it. So Soweto is the heartbeat of South Africa.
100%.
So would this be a place that you would recommend tourists to visit?
Yes, it's got a lot of history. It's got a lot of culture, and as I said, there's a lot of things to do. And the Soweto uprising, as I said, because back in 1976 when they were June 16, everything started here. When they were fighting the system, the African system and the education system, everything started here. Then it started to spread in other townships. You know, most of the influential people in the country come from this side.
Yeah.
you that side in California?
Say that again?
Things in California.
Yeah, I'm from California.
Yeah.
Los Angeles, to be exact.
Oh, Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Okay. And how are things that side?
How is Los Angeles?
Yeah.
I would say just like any other city in the world, you have your good, your bad, and your ugly.
Yeah.
I generally choose to look at the good and everything.
Yeah.
So if you ask me about Los Angeles, I would say it's a place where everyone should visit.
Yeah.
If you go to America, you must go to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Because it is, the diversity is amazing.
All right.
You meet so many people from so many parts of the world that just go to visit LA. That's what I love about it. And the more people that you can interact with that are from different cultural backgrounds, the more you can learn about the world.
Yeah.
So this is really my first time actually getting off of the continent of North America. So this is actually my second time only being outside of America. The first time I went to Canada, which was last year. I went to Canada. But this is my first time being off the continent of North America. And when I really boiled it down and tried to figure out where I wanted to visit, I said, okay, it will be Africa.
Yeah.
And then when I really narrowed it down, I decided South Africa.
Yeah.
And then when I narrowed it down from there, I said, okay, Joburg is it.
Yeah.
And while I was out here, I was like, I have to visit Soweto. But once I touched down out here and started to speak to a lot of the people that I've met in Joburg so far, I mean, all of them said, don't go to Soweto, it's too dangerous,
Yeah.
And my response was always like, well, I mean, that's the same thing we say about where I come from. Hey, you shouldn't go over there. It's pretty damn dangerous, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, people live there, right? And unless I mean, tens of thousands of people are dropping dead every day just because of the safety.
Yeah.
If that's not the case, then I mean, I feel that I can get into an area, I can experience it, and then if I feel that, it's not as safe as I would like, then I can leave, right?
Sure.
Because safety is relative. What you see as safe may be different for me, and vice versa, right? Because of what we've been through, our lived experiences, right?
Yeah.
So the person who's telling me, oh, don't go to Soweto, it's not safe, they probably have a completely different upbringing than I have, right?
Yeah.
So, but I've come out here and I can say that I've completely loved it so far. Just like the young lady just helped me get a ride. I just randomly walked up to her and said hello and said, hey, where is the street that I'm looking for? And we started a conversation from there. And it turned out that because I left the mall, the Wi-Fi dropped. And since the Wi-Fi dropped, my Uber driver couldn't contact me when he was there. So he left. And she ended up calling her a ride for me, So, I mean, that's just what I'm used to, you can say God has his blessing over me, I mean, but I just go by the saying, man, when you do good, you get good. So, and I'm gonna keep believing in people at the end of the day until, and then if I have been in a situation where it's a bad situation, then I guess I'll figure out how to deal with it at that moment. It just hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, it's just that when I think when someone would say don't go to Soweto or don't go to a certain place, it's because sometimes you know how media is.
The media, right?
Yeah. So we're trying to avoid media hoo-ha that a tourist from the US was killed in Soweto.
Of course.
You understand? By one person, it can have an impact for a lot of people.
For sure.
In the tourism.
For sure. Of course, right.
So we normally recommend that if you come to such places, at least have someone that's more knowledgeable, because there are guys that do this in terms of
like tour guides and stuff.
Yes. Basically, even if maybe they're not with an organization, but
they're just a local, like yourself, right?
And they'll just take you around, which becomes much more better because of you know how to react.
Of course.
Situation
right.
Otherwise, So we sometimes don't want to have a bad reflection in the world because we we still want people to come and visit, because it's always good to see when we see tourism growing. But now, because of the media, especially when you're from the US, hey, my man, it would be a big thing, you know.
No, of course, it would definitely be a big thing. So, where I'm at in LA, we have a lot of different gangs, right? So, these gangs they claim certain territories within the city.
Yeah.
And in order to move about the city, as a black man, being someone that I would have to have permission to get through different neighborhoods, right? So, because that's the environment I grew up in, I understand that in order to move around certain areas, you have to move around with a local. And so me being here in Soweto, I immediately adopted that, hey, can you show me something, right? Take me here, take me there. I had a guy taking me up to a restaurant, right? I told him, I'll give you some money. How much you need? He said, brother, anything you can help me with, right? Okay, I got you. Don't have a trip. Matter of fact, I'll buy you food too, right? You know? And so I understand the rules of the game, right? The most hardest, heartless guy you're talking about that's out here mugging people, if I offer him a few hundred rands to show me around and make sure I'm good while he's showing me around, he's gonna make sure I'm good to get his money, right? Because money talks in the world, right?
Money talks,
So maybe that's what most tourists need to understand. Like, hey, you can come here, you can get it, and you can really understand what the culture is, but you have to be willing to give to that local economy, even if that means that you're giving to some random guy who's just showing you around, right? Because at the end of the day, that money you're giving him may feed his family and may prevent him from robbing somebody else later that night, right? So,
because sometimes it's desperation that leads you to end up doing that.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. Nah, man, but I enjoy the conversation. I've had great conversations with everybody since I've been out here. I've been able to meet, people. It seems like a lot of people I've met is from the DRC.
So sorry.
No, what's up?
Have you been here, Grove City?
What is that?
It's sort of like Disney.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's no the characters, but it's a theme park.
It's a theme park. What part of the town is that?
It's Joburg South.
So okay, I think I may have been by there. I driven by on a tour bus that I was on yesterday.
I think so. The red bus.
Yeah, the red bus. Yeah. Okay, so it's a theme park.
The theme park.
Okay, got it. Yeah. But yeah, like I've had a lot of great conversations. I've been able to meet people that's from other parts of Africa that come to South Africa for better opportunities.
True.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful country that's accommodative. That's why you see a lot of foreigners keep on coming to the country, because we're very accommodative. Our laws are not that strict.
Right.
For you to open up businesses and stuff, So hence why you see so much influx, especially here in Joburg, because they say it's a city of gold.
Yeah.
Main opportunities are here. People leave rural areas to come here because of you can survive when you're here. So this is Joburg City. That's where we are now. We're approaching Joburg City.
Is this considered like CBD?
CBD, yeah.
Okay, got it.
CBD, yeah. So a lot of companies used to be here before they moved to Sandton.
Right, because the end of apartheid. Is that what drove them further outside of the?
When the new government took over, these guys had here and then they left. Much of the Joburg CBD. So because you see, there was Transnet there, but upside is still here. The building and the offices are still here. So they're trying to revive this place now to take it back to its old days.
Yeah, that's another place where a lot of people said don't go, it's too dangerous.
It's too dangerous. Even for me,
Oh, really?
As a South African citizen,
Really?
I don't just go.
You don't just go. You don't just go freely. Well, guess what?
Yeah.
I spent 2.5 hours walking through CBD today.
Yeah.
And once again, I had a guy show me around. You know.
Yeah.
I had a guy show me around. Random guy that I walked to up to on the street.
Yeah.
You know, and he ended up like really just, you know, telling me about how people move on the street.
Yeah.
And he was a street dude too.
Okay,
you know.
Okay.
So yeah, but I can see how people. I can see how people can be overwhelmed when going down there because it is a lot of stuff happening at one time.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happening. But all while I was down there and walking through, I saw a lot of stuff, but I didn't see any crime.
Yeah.
You know, so
I guess it depends which side you walk to, because there's a good side of which is this side of CBD. Of Joburg City is a good side, this side.
Well, I really just left out of like the back side of the park train station, the park station.
What happened?
I walked out of the back side of the park train station.
Yeah.
And it was like a lot. Like at first I was like, damn, it's a lot going on here. Just a lot of people, right?
Yeah, because that's for transportation.
Yeah, exactly.
For taxis going to different provinces.
Yeah, right. So just a lot of people, but at the end of the day, you know, people were people.
So that's where then mugging happens.
The mugging happens, okay.
Because of now, as you say, a lot of people, a lot of movement. So,
but I also saw a lot of like security and police presence as well. Just kind of like just hanging around and peeping the scene a bit.
That's what they've introduced now. The police and friends. So I'm saying they're trying to revive it because they definitely want tourists to go down there. Because they want them to spend their money. They want business to come back here.
Right.
So now they're starting to clean the Joburg. It should be much more better place and safer place. You know, so the Mandela Bridge is.
I think I crossed the Mandela Bridge yesterday.
Yeah. So this is the student side. This is Wits University.
Oh, university?
So,
Okay.
This is the biggest university in Joburg.
Okay.
Wits University. So you see, it starts from here. This both sides is still a university.
Okay.
This small side.
What's the name of the university?
Wits.
Say it again?
Wits.
Okay.
Wits. WITS. Wits.
WITS. Wits. Okay.
Wits University. It's a very good university.
Okay.
So that's the whole.
Yeah, so I believe tomorrow, which is my last day out before I fly to Tanzania, I'm gonna go up to Pretoria.
Oh, okay, nice. That's a nice.
Is it nice?
It's very nice.
Okay.
It's well taken care, clean, much better and safer.
Okay, that's one thing. Nobody said, "Oh, you don't go to Pretoria; it's not safe." Nobody's told me that yet. You know.
No. That side, any time of the day you can go. You go freely that side.
Oh, nice. Okay.
That's a nice place to be. I would even relocate to that side.
Oh, really?
Very peaceful.
Okay.
Nature, that side is beautiful. You know, it's well led, that side.
And is that in the same province as Johannesburg?
Johannesburg.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Like 45 minutes.
Okay, I'm sorry. Say that last part again.
It's part of Joburg.
Oh, so it's part of Joburg. Okay, all right.
It's the capital city of it's one of the capital cities of South Africa, Pretoria.
Got it. Okay, but it's still part of Joburg because Joburg would be one of the capital cities as well, right? Yeah. Or no?
It is, but it's not a capital city just like Pretoria.
Oh, really?
Because of Pretoria, That's where presidencies stay.
Got it. Okay. Okay.
So that's why it's a Cape Town's the capital city. Pretoria is the capital city. Even though it falls under Joburg.
Oh, okay.
It's the capital city of it's one of the capital cities of SA.
Oh, it's different.
So that's where most of the governments people stay. Ministers are based mostly that side. Pretoria. So how's the atmosphere after the elections?
You know what? I don't know because I've been out here since before the election.
Yeah. So you didn't vote?
I did vote. I did my mail-in ballot before I left. Unfortunately, my candidate lost.
Yeah.
But I live in Kamala.
Yeah.
But I live in California, so we're not really impacted much by what happens with the federal government. So to me, I really didn't care who wins policy-wise. But with Donald Trump, for me, is just like the guy he's not a leader, you know. He isn't someone I would want my daughter to look up to and say, I want to be president one day. You know, that's all. You know, I want my president to be presidential. You know, I want my president to be someone that I aspire to be morally, ethically, you know. The policies are what they are. I agree with some Republican policies. I agree with some Democrat policies, you know. But the person has to represent, you know, true leadership. And that's my only thing around it, you know.
Let's just hope it should bring stability now.
Say it again?
I'm saying let's just hope it should bring stability.
Stability. I mean, what does
the economy?
Yeah, I mean, the economy for some people is always going to be bad.
Yeah.
And then for some people, it's always going to be good. So,
the unemployment rate that side, is it high?
Yeah, I mean, it's steady, you know. I mean, I wouldn't say it's high.
Yeah.
But if you ask certain populations, like in America, they would say, yes, unemployment is high because I'm unemployed right now, right? You know? Yeah. Like at the end of the day, people vote based off of their lived experience. And if you're struggling, no matter what, you're looking for a way out of that struggle. And if you think that Donald Trump can get you out of that struggle, you don't care about his personality. You don't care about his leadership qualities. You're like, hey, his policies are going to get me out of this. But at the end of the day, ain't no government policy going to get anybody out of anything. America is a land of opportunity where you have to go get it. Right? So if you don't have the bone in your body to go get it, you'll never have it.
Sure.
Does the government give handouts? Sure. But it'll keep you in a certain place to where you can't necessarily live. You can exist, but you can't live.
So when you say kids handouts, how
so like government assistance, welfare. You know, that's one of the things that I don't agree with from from Democrat policies because one, that's what drives inflation. And two, when COVID happened, you know, they just pumped a lot of money into the economy, you know, for relief packages, stimulus packages. And what we got out of it was a lot of fraud, you know, a lot of people just stealing money. And
happened to you guys?
Say that again?
I'm saying it also happened to you.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, when you talk about billions of US dollars of fraud, like this shit's crazy.
Because this is the same thing that happened on our side.
Yeah, shit's crazy.
Sure.
But, you know, when you say stability, shit, if you ask America, we're the most stable nation in the world, right? Every place is going to have its problems, you know. Every place is going to have its inequities. you're going to have the rich, the poor, and everything in between. But man, being out here, like, really opened my eyes that even the poor people in America got it good, you know? It could be a lot worse. But I think that's why it's important for the world to understand that there's more to Africa than what the media is. Because like you said, the media may show you guys one thing about America over here, and then they show us one thing about Africa over there. And like, it's one of those things where, you know, the advisory sometimes on our Secretary of State's website is don't visit certain countries in Africa. Now, certain countries we understand because of the political unrest in, like, you know, some countries in Central Africa. But even like, you know, South Africa, well, I think it was like a level 2 advisory where it says, you know, that, you know, certain dangers occur, you know, certain areas tourists, you know, can find themselves in some pretty rough situations. But I don't care what area you go to, like, some shit can happen anywhere.
No, that's so.
You know, you can be just minding your business anywhere, and, you know, if somebody has bad intentions at that moment, then you can be caught, you know, in the crossfire.
That's true.
So, yeah. Yeah, but it's a beautiful city. This is actually my first time really getting driven around the city. I've been catching the train a lot lately, and really just walking everywhere.
Sure.
So seeing it from the back of a vehicle, especially from Soweto to Sandton, I'm seeing a lot of the city in the different areas and just a different kind of geography of the area. I like it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful city.
Coming to the rich mall. They say it's the rich.
They say like there's the richest square mile in all of
in Joburg.
Yeah. Why do they say that? What does that mean? Is that because the people who live here? Got it. Okay.
It's the rich people that live here.
Got it.
Apartments are expensive.
Yeah.
Lifestyle here, it's very expensive.
Very expensive lifestyle.
So it's the millionaires, that's the...
Yeah.
Yeah, millionaires and billionaires are just like stay in penthouse, you know. So these are riches.
What is the likelihood of someone born and raised in Soweto being able to make their way out and make it into Sandton?
It's
rough.
It's possible. There's a lot of people now that are from Soweto that are staying here.
Okay.
Yeah. But
so the opportunity is there.
It is there when you're running a business, tender businesses. You know, mostly the guys that stays here is via tenders.
Okay.
Yeah, and also via businesses.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is highly possible. Most of Soweto guys, they've moved to the suburban, especially the north side, because it's the most preferred compared to the side that I was showing you. The theme park.
Yeah.
Most people prefer this side.
Okay.
Because it's like New York, basically.
Got it.
Not even New York. What was this? What's the rich side in the US?
The rich side? So we have 50 different states in the United States, and all of them have wealthy areas. So I would say
the most popular one besides New York.
In terms of wealth?
Yeah. Where the rich and famous stay.
Well, you say rich and famous, that's different. That would be probably Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
So this is like Beverly Hills.
Yeah. So brother, Beverly Hills is in LA.
Okay.
I'll keep it 100 with you. This is no Beverly Hills, you know. Beverly Hills, I tell you what, Beverly Hills is heaven on earth for those who can afford it, you know. But believe it or not, bad shit still happens in Beverly Hills. You know, you got people with, Diddy's house. I don't know if you know P. Diddy and the shit he's going through right now.
Yeah.
But his house that got raided, one of them was in Beverly Hills, right?
Okay.
So imagine you live across the street from P. Diddy and your house costs $50 million US, and you have government agents right outside your gate,
Sure.
right? So you just never know what people are into around you.
No, it's just that here we in the city.
Yeah,
As I said, just like New York.
Yeah.
But the houses around here, if you go to the houses, if you see the houses,
they're huge.
Hey, man. But well, here it's not that, as you say, compared to Cape Town.
Okay. Oh, Cape Town is
Cape
much.
Town, yeah.
Okay,
No,
got it.
Cape Town and Beverly Hills definitely.
Got it.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
There I can bet. Like your Camps Bay in Cape Town, is places like Camps Bay. There, the billionaires are there.
Yeah, for sure.
So this is the Nelson Mandela Square.
Yep, I've been here.
Yeah. So money, my man. It's always moving.
Always moving.
Always moving. Hence why you see a lot of Bolt drivers and Uber drivers back here, because there's a lot of movement here. Guys prefer working here mostly, because that's where we make our money from.
Yeah, and it's a Friday night, so I'm sure a lot of money is to be made.
Yeah.
A lot of people going out, needs transportation.
True.
But I am going to my room because I've been out all day walking through CBD, through Soweto. But I've enjoyed it though.
That's good. So would you relocate to this side?
Say it again?
Would you relocate to SA?
From the United States?
Yeah.
So I'm one of those people where, I love where I come from.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be me today if I wasn't a native Angelino.
Sure.
But given what I've experienced here, with the people, the culture, I could definitely live here.
Sure.
I could definitely live here. Yeah, for sure. I could do it. I'd have to convince my entire family to come out though.
Yeah.
I mean, siblings, mom, everything,
Do you have kids?
I have a 2-year-old daughter.
Nice.
Head northwest, then make a U-turn. In 200 meters, turn left.
Oh, I think you're supposed to turn left right there.
Okay, that's the same as 10 left.
Turn left, then turn left.
Isn't it?
It should be 22 Fredman. Did she not put in the right address?
Okay, so I must go that side.
Yeah, it was down that street, Fredman Drive.
All right, so this class.
Make a U-turn at Alice Lane. In 100 meters, make a U-turn.
Yeah.
Make a U-turn at Redmond Drive.
I'm not sure why I said make a U-turn, but just turn right. And then it'll be on your right. It'll be 22 Fredman. Go down a little bit further.
In 200 meters, make a U-turn at Sundown Valley Crescent.
Yeah, it should be right here up on the right where it says artistry is right here. If you turn right, like literally right here, yeah, turn right and into the driveway. Not the one where this guy is standing, but the one that goes up right here. Yeah, that one that goes up, right. Yep, right up in here, yep. If you could pull in there.
Your destination is on the left.
Yeah. Just pull right, yep. You just pull all the way in for me, if you can take me, yeah. Yeah, the entrance, yeah, thank you. You just let them know that you're dropping me off.
Shondona, drop off. So, thank you, Prince.
What was your name, brother?
Ntutuwa.
Say it again.
Ntutuwa.
Okay, thank you.
It means progress.
I'm Don. It's great to meet you, sir.
Okay.
I appreciate it. How much do I owe
Are you
you?
gonna be fine, yeah?
Yeah, I'll be fine here, yeah.